9. I'm actually kinda surprised that this is actually one of my more high-demanded reviews to make. Ever since I started doing the classic reviews, every time I open my emails for requests, there's always at least one guy going 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. But for the amount of requests I get for this, not a lot is known about the film other than Tim Burton producing it, and is one of the very rare animated features to have a PG-13 rating. But will this film find itself getting a 9 out of 10? Or will my recommendation be 9, 9, 9? Let's find out. The story. Very similar to The Nut Job, this movie was directly based on the 2005 animated short of the same name created by the same director, Shane Aker. However, unlike The Nut Job, the movie 9 is actually pretty interesting. The movie centers around this post-apocalyptic world where the only thing that survived are 9 living ragdolls and some monstrous machines. As the movie progresses, it explains to us how did this world come to be? How is it that these ragdolls came to life? Why are these machines out to get them? And so much more. All these concepts and ideas it delivers are the strongest points that this movie offers, and it brings us to this world in a way that's so serious that this is the kind of experience you can't get from any other animated feature. However, there is a big catch to this. It tries to explain so much about this sci-fi post-apocalyptic world that it forgot to offer an actual plot to go with it. The most that it tells is how 9 and the others try to eliminate the robots that destroyed this world. There's just no straightforward narrative structure that it follows. Not even the characters do anything to make what they do interesting. Heck, most of the film is just giving out exposition.
I led us here to Sanctuary, and here we waited for the war to end. Slowly, the world became silent. The only thing that remains now is the beast.
The movie gives out a lot of great ideas and setups that can make an amazing animated feature that can stand out from the rest. It's just that it doesn't do anything with it. The animation. Not only do the ideas of 9's post-apocalyptic world sound good, but it really looks good as well. The overall design of this film is just fantastic. It really shows how the animators put in so much detail into everything, from the desolate land that the world has come to be, filled with destroyed junk, to the ragdolls themselves, each uniquely made out of different material with a different look to them.
So much thought. The details. Carved wood. Molded copper.
But then there are also the robots, where each are very creative in every aspect, showing off their full potential of their looks, what they can do, and give us a good reason why this is a PG-13 film. Funny enough, they actually remind me of Bionicles with their variety of designs and how they're shown as mechanical creatures. And then there's the use of color. Of course, this is not a colorful feature, but it uses it to its advantage. The amount of grays and browns really emphasizes how the world is completely in ruins, and this bright green stands out from the rest as this mystical energy. But the one issue with the animation is the way it's executed is not the best. I guess it wasn't really rendered the right way. I'll try to explain. This is more evident in the character animation. They don't really move in a way that's believable. They still feel like computer animated characters more than feeling like ragdolls coming to life or monsters made out of machines. It's obvious that it wasn't done by a major animation studio like Pixar or DreamWorks. But I will hand it to them that even if it's not the best animation around, it definitely shows that they really went all out as much as they can. The characters. Once again, conceptually, the characters are really interesting. where they come from, what they each can do, what each of them look like, how they each try to survive in this post-apocalyptic world. It's all very intriguing. But because this movie is only interested in explaining the world it's in, the characters are just very bland with barely anything to offer. Not to mention that they're just a group of generic tropes. Now, who should I start with? Nine! Ah, thank you, Hitler. 9 is the new guy that brings everybody on this journey, if you can call it that. 8 is the dumb and strong bodyguard to 1 that looks the most like Oogie Boogie. 7 is the rebel. 6 is the crazy guy. 5 is 9's friend. 4 and 3 are the silent geniuses. 2 is the old guy that gets axed off first, and 1 is the tough leader that just wants to run away. And that's all there is to say about them.
Ever since you got here, everything has been unraveling. You're a curse, a fool, guided by pointless queries.
The only character that's the most interesting is what could be considered the main villain, Brain. Well, they haven't really specified what his name is, but a newspaper said it's Brain, so I'm gonna call him that. Unlike the others, there's a lot of depth that went into this character, and the movie doesn't have to explain much to show how. He's a robot made to create other robots, but went against the humans to make what the world is now. His mission is to steal the entity that makes the ragdolls alive to make sure that nothing can stand in his way. One interesting thing to note about Brain is that he was created by the same scientist that gave life to the ragdolls. In a way, I wish the movie was more like him. Very creative and interesting in its concept and execution. The characters in this world sound interesting, but it's just they're not interesting themselves. 9 has all the components that could make a fantastic animated feature, with a very creative post-apocalyptic setting that presents a lot of unique and creative ideas in animation, but the problem is that it forgot to implement a story and characters that are interesting to go with it. I wouldn't really say that this is a must-watch, but if you're interested in the theme of a post-apocalyptic universe, then this could be interesting to check out. Not really to watch as a movie per se, but more as a source to get some ideas of your own if you ever want to make some mechanical monstrosities or a world similar to this. Alright, one more time. Nine! Hey guys, this is AniMat. Now, this might literally sound insane, and I'm gonna be the only person in the world to ever say this, but I would like to thank Hitler for his contribution in this review. Nah, but if I can be serious, I think I might have set a record with this. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I've used Hitler the most in this review, even if it's just one clip used over and over again. And not even once did I ever refer to World War II. Well, that is if you don't count any of the people that use, like, any of the downfall clips and stuff like that. But anyways, now that 9 is done, it's time to move on to the next review, In the Animation Hat. And by the way, if you guys would like to suggest an animated film for me to review and put in the animation hat, then write me an email at animatsreviews@gmail.com. Alright, so let's get things started. Come on. I had some. Now some are falling. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Whoa, hold on. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Okay, I got some cleaning up to do. Yep, definitely some cleaning up to do. Anyways, I finally got one, so the next review shall be... Ooh! Well. Hey, it's finally time that I can get into a Disney film, or at least a Pixar film. Well, it's not one of their... It's not like a big Pixar film. Think of something a little more small.